Welcome to The Bite. Here we are at Cafe Lattes inside the Kadena Officers Club. This fabulous restaurant is located just across the street from the Shogun Inn, and it offers a wide array of sandwiches, wraps, even pizza. And the best part is you can get breakfast any time of day or night. Pancakes for dinner? This is certainly your place. Now, this restaurant has had a lot of restructuring over the last few years, and I give full credit to Executive Chef Greg Oliver. Thank you so much for being here today.
It's my pleasure. It's good to see you again.
Yes, and what are some of the changes that have been made to Cafe Lattes?
Well, since I've been here, we've changed a number of things. We've added some bistro sandwiches, upscale tequila lime chicken sandwich and fish taco that seem to be our biggest sellers. We've also added pizzas to the mix. And then recently, what we did is we kind of restructured the pricing so that people can get a la carte if they'd like, add it for a combo, and everybody kind of build whatever they'd like.
Ooh, sounds great. Now, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Is the Officers Club holding any specials?
Oh yeah, St. Patty's Day, that whole weekend, we'll run a corned beef and cabbage special here in the Cafe Latte, and we'll also run it on our brunch line, which is the biggest day of the week for us, on the 17th, which is St. Patty's Day.
Ah, perfect. Well, let's get on over to the ballroom to make that tasty St. Patrick's Day dish on this episode of The Bite. Welcome to the St. Patrick's Day edition of The Bite. Here we are with Chef Greg Oliver, and I can't wait to make this tasty, slow-cooked corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, me too.
Now, what do we do to start?
Okay, well, basically I'd like to explain a little thing about the whole process here. This is just a matter of time, just a long time to cook. Everything else is very simple. It's a comfort food. We've got what I did is got a corned beef brisket from the commissary. This one is about 3.5 pounds. It's already brined, ready to cook. It's raw, and inside there's a flavor packet. This is about half of an entire brisket. And what we're going to do is we are going to cut that open
Go ahead
for
and
me.
Open it. Now this could really feed, what, a family of 4?
Well, actually, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible you get 4. This actually is going to cook down to not a little bit more than half its size.
Let me just go ahead and pour all this out.
Okay.
Get the flavor packet. Let me open it up some more.
Okay. There you go. Don't
A
worry.
little tricky sucker here.
We got it.
And here's that great
There's the
flavor packet.
Just leave that in the container there. And
Container
I'll
so it
take
doesn't
this.
get messy.
We'll take this big
All
piece
right.
of corned beef here. I'll put it with the fat side up so it stays nice and moist. Actually, take that juice and pour it right in there.
Really?
That's all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so go
that's okay.
ahead. Because I guess that has a lot of the meat flavor in it, right?
It has a lot of the brine. These have been brined. So what we're going to do, right now, we've got a corned beef that's already cooking and has been for 3.5 hours. So this is going to be our finished product. Basically, I'm going to show us how to get the thing going. We're going to put it on there, if you would. There's some water in there.
So you don't need to saute this or brown it on
you don't
the
have
outside?
to. You don't have to
Great.
brown it at all. Sometimes we do this with pot roast, where we'll saute or brown. But this one is just water until we
Cover the
cover
corned beef.
the corned beef. Now I've put this in a pot that's a little bit easier to film. It would be better if I had a little bit larger pot and keep the water higher, because that way I don't have to constantly look at it, because eventually that water is going to go down. So we're going to turn this on, hopefully without blowing ourselves up, and bring this to a boil. Now this is going to take a while to bring to a boil, but we're going to take the packet if you would, here, actually, this knife is very sharp. We're going to throw a packet of spices that comes with the corned beef into...
How easy is that?
It's about as easy as you can get. It's very easy.
So
now,
water and the spice
water,
packet.
the spice packet, and the corned beef. Now I've taken some additional spices, which I'm going to explain what they are, just in case there's not a packet in your corned beef that's already been brined. But I will tell you that in most instances, you will find that they always come with a seasoning packet. But we've got bay leaves, which are crumbled up already in this packet. We're going to give it a little extra boost. We've got some whole cloves also. And we've got some peppercorns and mustard seed and allspice.
Ooh, sounds good.
And we could give that a little bit extra flavoring. So basically what's going to happen here is we're going to bring this up to a full boil. When that happens, we're going to reduce the heat until it just simmers. And it's constantly just trying to boil. Eventually, like most of the time, if you boil any kind of meats, you're going to get a layer on top of the kind of scum that you want to just take that off and throw it out.
All right.
And eventually, we're going to take, when this is completely done, we're going to take a fork, or I happen to have a thermometer. Thermometer, I can get a temperature on, but it's more about how it feels. So if I stick this fork in here, I have to literally push and then it's hard, okay? So when it's done, that fork's going to go in very easy and it's going to pull out very easy.
So
and
fall off the bone tender.
fall off the bone. That's the basic premise on almost all of these slow cooked items. What we can do is we can take this, if you don't want to tend to it and make sure that the water level is not dropping below, we can kind of do this whole thing where we take the water and get it nice and hot and boiling first. And we can put that piece of brisket, that corned beef, into a Dutch oven or something that'll accommodate water up till almost the very top or over. And then seal it with foil and put it in your oven, about 350 to 375 degrees, and just let it cook in there for 4 hours, okay? And it should be about done in 4 hours. This way you can always kind of see, but we do that all the time with briskets, full briskets. We don't want to put them on a stove. We want them to bake in the oven. But it's the same process of slowly tenderizing these cuts of meats. These are economy cuts that have huge flavor.
And you could use a Dutch oven too.
You can use
with
the Dutch oven,
Okay,
and you
great.
just put it on the lid, pop it in the oven, or you could put it on the stove.
Or crock pot, I bet too.
Crock pot. This is crock pot cooking 101 here. Without the crock pot, that's basically it. Let it go. Just let it simmer, and you're waiting to go. And then later, when this is all done, the vegetables are easy. Once it's done, what I do is I take out the meat, okay? Then I take the juice that's in here, I strain it out to get out all the spices, and then just put it right back into the pot. We take potatoes, which I've peeled already. These are like medium potatoes. Cut these into quarters and throw them in the pot. The same thing with
the same water?
The same water.
Okay.
Same water. That way you're seasoning all the ingredients.
Now you're going to serve this at the Officers Club for dinner or breakfast, or?
We're going to serve, we'll have a special that we have during the weekend, the 15th, 16th, 17th of St. Patrick's Day in the Cafe Latte. And we'll have a special that will run corned beef and cabbage out of the cafe. And then we'll have it here at brunch on Sunday. And brunches are big. 600-700 people,
Wow.
700 people last week. That's huge. That's
so every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Amazing.
And usually we have a brisket or a flank steak or something like that. This weekend we'll have brisket, but it'll be corned beef brisket. It'll be corned beef and cabbage.
And that'll be the day after St. Patrick's Day, the 18th?
No.
Oh,
I believe
17th.
it's on the
It is on the 17th, because St. Patrick's is on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to celebrate.
All right, and it'll be right here in this ballroom, right?
It will. It will.
Great. And what time is that?
It starts at 9:30, closes at 2.
Oh, long gap.
They'll,
Great.
They'll serve until 2:30, but the last reservations, or not reservations, the last people in, 2 o'clock. But yeah, come one, come all.
Well, sounds delicious. There's a lot of parties going on around FSS for
Yeah,
St.
yeah,
Patrick's
I'm
Day.
sure there are.
You know, the Rockers doing a St. Patrick's Day disco on 16 March, the day before, and also Okuma Resort, all the way up north,
I
is
saw
going
the-
to do a St. Patrick's Day party too. Adults
cool.
only.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's nice.
It'll
That's
be
nice.
fun this year,
Nice.
especially with afterwards, you can go to the Officers Club brunch and have some corned beef and cabbage.
Yep. I tell you what, this one's going here, and I'll show you. This is a half a head of cabbage that I've already got cut here.
So just a rough chop.
Yeah, just a rough chop. We've taken this and cut the entire head in half. At the commissary, you'll find this a lot, either whole cabbage or they'll go ahead and package as a half.
Well, that's nice.
The only thing is the core you want to cut out, and other than that, you can just rough chop, and it's as easy as that. So, in the meantime, what we'll do is I will show you how to prepare the dish once it's cooked.
All right.
Okay?
So we get to taste it?
We do. We get to
Awesome.
taste it. So, I've got the corned beef. Like I said, it's been cooking in here for more than 4 hours, and it is nice and tender. And we're going to get, there's 2 pieces on the corned beef, and we've got our vegetables already here that have been cooking. By the way, these vegetables, after we put them back into the boiling water, these vegetables take 10 minutes.
Oh, that's it.
The
It's only
potatoes and
10
carrots, and then after 10 minutes, throw the cabbage in 5 minutes.
5
Then
minutes.
it's all done.
So
It's ready to go.
total 15 minutes for the carrots and potatoes
That's it.
and only
Yep,
5
everything.
minutes for the cabbage.
Yep.
Great.
You got it.
So we want that cabbage to be slightly crunchy a little bit,
Yes, we do.
or do you want it to be completely wilted?
No, it's okay. You can have it completely cooked. But the cabbage will break down very quickly, so you don't have to cook it that long. Now, right now, we're going to let that sit and rest. In the meantime, we're going to take these cooked vegetables and pretend that they're not cooked. And we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. While this is going, 10 minutes is up. These vegetables are cooked. Now we're going to throw in our cabbage and add another 5 minutes. And we literally are going to cook this cabbage here.
All right.
Won't take
Great.
but a second. In the meantime, we'll show you this meat. The meat itself. This is a 2-piece on this brisket. Briskets come in with one side very thick and the other side very thin. That thin side is called the flat, or the nose to the brisket, and you want to separate those two after they're cooked. So you can kind of see here, there's a natural separation that's in there.
It's right there.
So
Oh,
I'm just going to take
so that's
that.
the flat.
This is the flat part here. You'll be able to tell it's a denser piece of meat.
Ah.
This has more marbling where the fat
Mm-hmm.
was. We're going to trim it up and take off the in between where the excess fat is. Boy, you can smell
Gosh,
this.
that looks
It's too bad
incredible.
you can't smell it on the camera, because I'm telling you, this is just really nice,
Oh, it's
falling
just-
apart.
This would be a great sandwich too.
Yes. Well, you know what? We sell a lot of Reubens in the Cafe Latte.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one of our bistro sandwiches. Now, I don't know if the camera can pick up on this, but right now, this piece of meat, which is the flat part, this was the top. This piece of meat, you can see all the grains running this way.
Yes.
And it always starts at a corner, and it goes that way. So when we slice any brisket, or for that matter, most any piece of meat, we want to go across the grain. So I don't want to go with the grain, because when I do, then all the meat will be kind of stringy. So I'm going to flip this over, and then I am going to slice across the grain, and you'll see wow, This is nice.
Wow. Can't get more tender than that.
I know, it smells wonderful, looks wonderful. Sorry, we got a little...
So we just serve it basically in slices?
Yes, that's how we're going to do it. You can serve it into larger chunks.
All right. I bet you need a
or
serving
home style.
dish.
Yeah, if you would, why don't you put that serving dish up there.
Right there.
I'll take this one here and also slice. Now, if the brisket is cooked properly, it's going to be tender no matter if the brisket slice is thin or thick. If you cook it to the point that it's like falling apart, then you have to cut it thick, just from necessity.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? It's
This looks
perfect. So we're going to line that up in here.
Oh, that's a big portion.
Well, we're doing the quote
Family style.
Family style. 3 to 4 people here. Actually, I weighed this prior to coming on air here, and that 3-pound piece was down to about 1.6 pounds. So you lost some in trim, but you
Really?
lost a lot of that fat
So about half.
into the liquid.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, and here we
So
have our
now we're going to
cabbage.
take wow, this looks so nice.
Nice and fresh. Now I'd say this is pretty healthy, wouldn't you,
Oh yeah,
Chef Oliver?
yeah. This is very healthy.
no
actually,
sauces or
considering
anything?
what we do when you can see this starting to kind of get a film on the top that we're going to take off. When that comes off, every time you do that, you're taking off the fat as well.
Yes.
And then when it's completely done and you strain that out, and if you see any fat, they call them eyes because they get in little droplets on the top when it's hot. When it's cold, it'll just solidify. You can just take it right off. But when it's hot, you can just skim that off. That way you're getting rid of the majority of all the fats that have cooked out of the dish.
All right, so can we taste this now? I'm dying to.
Me too. Let's put a little bit of our liquid on top here.
Ooh. Okay, so use the braising liquid as a
Yep.
little light sauce.
The sauce.
Wow, this is quite a dish. Perfect breakfast food if you actually think about it. Nice for
All
brunch
right.
or dinner. All right.
Joe's not going to get any today.
Okay, cut. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's coming
All
down
right.
here.
Mm.
Oh man. Very nice.
It's almost you don't need to chew it. It's so tender.
And that's the idea.
Thank you so much for making this today, Chef Oliver. It was just amazing. I can't wait to finish it as soon as this show is over. And I just can't wait till St. Patrick's Day here at Kadena.
It's my pleasure. We're always excited when we can show off stuff that we do here. We're part of the bigger FSS team, and
Yes.
we'd like to have everybody that's civilian, military, local, national, anytime that they can frequent any of the FSS facilities, and especially the O Club, we're really happy.
Great, thank you so much. Now, if you didn't catch this recipe, you can just find it on our website, KadenaFSS.com, and you can also find about other St. Patrick's Day happenings at our Kadena Crawl section of Venture Magazine. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on The Bite.
Oh, this is gonna